episode 580. I'm with this very disclosed old Ken Hamblin and Tanya at this undisclosed park where there's a flag right there.
And a memorial.
And a lot of memorials around
all over
this
the place.
park. Yeah.
That's why they call it Memorial Park.
They might if we disclosed it.
Yeah.
But we're not.
But
Yeah,
we're not telling them where Memorial Park is. It's just an undisclosed Memorial Park.
Somewhere.
That's true. DeBosch, you'll never find this
Oh,
place.
no.
Yeah.
Nah.
Unless we have his copy, then he'll probably find us.
That's possible, yeah. He's got 3 blends, you know.
Yes, we actually went and bought a couple of them the other day.
Yeah,
We're giving them out as wonderful gifts for Mother's Day.
Did you give them to mothers, or did you just say, hey, you mother, have some coffee?
No,
we're giving it to an actual mother.
To an actual mother.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I didn't want you to just walk up to someone you had the heat would say, here, you mother, and just hand them a bottle of coffee.
Yeah, another walk away confused.
Yeah. Now, Beach Barnett has a bag of coffee out of DeBosch's supply. He's not sampled it yet, but he will as soon as he gets his 1 cup of coffee gimmick maker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He'll take the grind and put it in the little thing and.
Yeah, he's looking very forward to that. He even has disposable cups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So now Beast will have his sardine and tuna sandwich because he loves those, and he'll have a really delightful coffee to pair.
There you
Talk
go.
about oil.
Yeah.
Does he take the oil and slick his hair back with it?
Sometimes he might. I'm not going to judge him for it.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, would you?
No, I wouldn't judge him for it. Teach his own.
Yeah. Well, you know how we do. We snap and stuff.
We do.
Like Chicken Bob. Chicken Bob, he found this park. He was a little trepidatious. He wasn't sure, but then he found an entrance.
Oh, okay.
There's the JB Moonshine t-shirt. I don't know if you guys have JB Moonshine shirts, but
We
they're
do not.
available. He's got the Cash App gimmick.
Oh, good for him. And
Yeah.
he hadn't had it for a while.
It's not been long since he got it. And he needs all the money he can get so he can file these lawsuits against sports entertainers that steal his finishing move and take it to national television.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, you know, last week on WoW, all of a sudden there's Raid A Raina, and she's just hitting the slop drop. I'm like, well, there's another one.
Well, you know, later on in the show, we'll probably tell him where he can go.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you might tell him something else. There's a pamphlet with the Sign of the Times. It's a nice Romanian pamphlet. Do you, either of you speak Romanian?
No,
No.
do not.
Well, that's too bad. I know a little bit.
Little Romanian.
Yeah. Mult Sol. That means very
Mort
sunny.
Saul? I thought he was a comedian.
If you find him funny, I guess. There's another delightful coffee, the Demon and Bunny. Have you either one of you tried it?
You've made it for me. It's good. It's really good
It
coffee.
really is. Old Ken Hamlin didn't drink a drop of
No.
it, though.
No,
You didn't
I'm
drink
not a coffee drinker. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe someday you might. You never know.
Well, if I haven't drank it this long, considering how old I am,
33's not that old.
I don't know.
That's the book I got for QT Vogue to have a little free library. He's looking forward to this.
Now, are you going to run into QT since you're down in this area?
Possibly. He might be walking up and down this trail for his exercise.
Yeah, because look at the nice walking area you have in this park. I mean, goodness gracious! I mean, people can come here and walk every day if they wanted to.
At this undisclosed park.
At this undisclosed park.
They could even look at the undisclosed memorials.
They
as
could.
go.
They could even stand there and salute the flag.
Yes.
A la Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. You know, he was my mentor's boss back in the old AWF days.
Oh yes, I remember the AWF. I actually was at one of the AWF, 2 of the AWF shows.
Was it one where Dice broke his neck?
No, this was early on when they were at the undisclosed casino in Rochester, Washington.
There's the current book I'm still reading, Unguarded by Scottie Pippen. He's very not happy with that documentary they made on ESPN.
Oh.
Wrote this book as a response.
Oh.
Yes. You know,
Now-
his teammate was in the NWO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Rodman.
Yes.
Now, do you have a plan after that book?
I got a few up my sleeve. One of them I don't want to disclose because I don't want the heats.
You don't want the heat.
I don't want the heats.
Yep. Might be a little hard.
Yes. Look at that. JB could go to this office with Stephen P. New in it and get him to represent him in this lawsuit against sports entertainers stealing his finishing move.
If you need to sue,
Call Stephen Pinu. Get even with Stephen, if you will.
that's
Yes.
right.
The Twitter where you can follow me, but not literally. That's creepy.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
creepy.
well,
You know who does follow me on the Twitter?
Who?
Lumberzak.
Oh, let's not get into that can of worms there. You know,
Yeah.
Mr. 1x8,
Yeah. You know he's 38 years old.
and he still can't break a 1x8.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube. They may be watching
Right now.
Maybe.
Hopefully they subscribed. Otherwise, Stompin' Steve gets a nervous stomach. You ever seen him with a nervous stomach?
No,
I've
I
never
don't-
seen him.
I don't
that
know if I
way.
want
I know.
to.
I know. If he probably eats pretzels if he gets a nervous stomach.
He really does. That's his passion in life.
It is.
Yes. There's the most recent CAC program.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever met any of them?
Let's see.
We met Lawler
Jerry
and
Lawler?
Kevin Sullivan.
Yep. I can't see because you've got it turned, but yeah, that looks
that's
like the
it.
only two I've met so
Yep.
far.
Okay. Now, I fought Tommy Rich. If I hadn't lost to him, I would be undefeated against him.
That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah. There's the 50th anniversary CAC
Which
program.
we
We
were
were
at. I
at
believe.
that one.
Did you think of buying this very program, have it in your hands, and then pass?
We have that very program at home,
Yeah, somewhere. It's packed away somewhere.
packed away at
Well,
home
it's
somewhere.
packed in the sign of the Times back. Here it is.
Wow.
Yep, right there.
Yeah. Members of Team Bad Knees, not one good knee in that whole entire bunch. Not one.
Not one.
Not one good knee.
Not.
No,
Wow.
they're pretty shot. Now, of course, you could catch Amazing Maria and her alternate form of Big Red Betty on WOW later
Yeah.
this evening.
Every Saturday.
Yes.
If you're in Milwaukee, you can watch it on My 24 at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Very nice. That's Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Yes,
as
not-
opposed
to
to Milwaukee,
Oregon.
Oregon,
Yep, not-
where Blue Collar Wrestling now runs.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Another proud member of Team Bad Knees, Casey Carlisle. Her knee's not so good.
May I stop you and ask a question?
Sure.
Does Casey Carlisle fund this show?
She does not.
You would think.
I wouldn't deny if she wanted to throw a few dollars.
You know?
Look, you can get those at CaseyCarlisle.com. Home for all your
Mother's Day.
gift giving needs. Yes, Mother's Day is approaching.
Yes.
My mom might get a few of those. Some of those for my mother-in-law, perhaps. Maybe people with Debashi's coffee would want some of those.
You put them right. Put the coffee bags right on each side of the belts.
That'd be nice.
That would make a nice picture.
It would. I'd buy it. Look at that. Back when the NWA World Women's Title belt was huge.
Yeah.
That thing must have weighed 55 pounds. Back when she went to NWA Title Belt University. I don't know if either of you are old enough for that one, but
I think I
Yeah,
think I am.
Yeah, I think I'm.
barely probably. There, if you're smaller, like say your Little Nasty Boy, you know Little Nasty Boy.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure.
Yeah, or if you're Donnie Idol, because he's pretty small. Really small.
Really small.
Yeah. There she is. There she is with her Uncle Paul. Back before the family had a big split.
Do we have any updates on how Uncle Pa is doing?
Paul is doing fairly well now. He had one little backtrack after surgery and then jumped right back on the track. He's doing much better.
That's
Very
good.
good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Literally lost his mind.
That close.
No, he literally had. He'd lost part of his mind. They had to fix it. There he is back with Wonderful Zach.
Never met Wonderful Zach.
He had a great manager at one point in his career.
He did.
Yeah. He really did. There's Paul and the rest of his freak show. You probably met at least one or two.
Possibly.
Maybe met 4 of them.
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, I was hoping you
Yeah,
did.
I know.
That's why I asked.
I know.
There's Paul and John Lennon back before they had a massive falling out. Paul doesn't even listen to music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's that upset.
That makes one big fallout if you don't listen to music.
Yeah,
That's right.
He quit listening to music when he and John Lennon had a fight.
And he could have easily be listening to Fall Out Boys.
He could
really
have.
could
He
be,
could have.
yeah. You know, once in my career, I came out to Fall Out Boy.
You did.
Yes, that's when I teamed with, let's see, who did I team with that day? I teamed with Hoodfoot Mo Atlas.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Autograph picture of Kevin Sullivan. He was in the Dungeon of Doom.
He was.
He was.
Yes. You know, there is a hit song by the Razor Ramones called "I Don't Want to Go Down to the Dungeon of Doom."
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's an actual song.
Look it up somewhere.
Yeah, Paul won't listen to it.
Oh,
but
no,
it's
he won't
there.
listen to it, no.
Autographed picture of Seymour Snot, one of the proudest members of Gouge you'll ever see. Gouge has a show later today.
They do.
Really?
Yes.
Will you be streaming that?
I wish I was. I wish I was there, because, you know, then I could be in Gouge once again.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who the heavyweight champion is there at Gouge?
No, I do not.
The Infinite Man T.I.M.
Really?
Timmy Lou Retton, if you will. Yeah. Are you familiar?
No.
Fantastic talent. Absolutely fantastic. You'd enjoy him. There's a picture of you throwing a rock through the mat.
Now, I want to dispute that. I never threw that rock. The intern might have, but I never threw that rock.
Is he calling you an intern?
I hope not. I took the picture.
Did you also take the rock and throw it?
No, I did not throw the rock.
My intern did that.
All right. Cool. We'll go with that.
My intern is based in Muskego, Wisconsin, if you will.
Okay, I will. Now, do they ever run one of those later day AWA shows where they had 25 people in the audience there?
No, but I did get a chance to meet, while I was back there, did get a chance to meet the one and only Frankie the Thumper DeFalco.
Proud former guest of Turnbuckle Turmoil.
Exactly. Mr. Thumper is now promoting back there, and he put on an excellent show
Yep.
when we were back there.
Yep.
Bruce City Wrestling.
Yeah,
as I
that was-
recall.
Brew
Yeah,
City
great
Wrestling,
show.
where I got to meet OVW star TW3, I believe.
Yes, TW3.
Yep.
Not to be confused with IK3 out of Indianapolis.
Ah.
Different people.
Yes, they very much are. Well, we're pretty busy this week. We're at this undisclosed memorial park where we could look at all these memorials.
Yep.
Sunday, do you know who we have on Turnbuckle Turmoil?
No, I do not.
It hurts me in my left kidney that you don't know this
Well,
already.
I'm waiting.
Mr. Nice Guy from Dwarfinators.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's a hardcore wrestling midget.
That's gonna be some program.
That doesn't seem to fit, but I'd like to see that.
I'll send you footage then. They were in our neck of the woods last week.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were in Oregon and Washington last week. He's out of Mississippi, but Dwarfinators tours the whole country.
Along with the other promotions, kind of that, like what Short Sleeve Samson runs, and
Yes.
micro wrestlers, and I know I remember seeing that some of them are going to be coming up here. And Mark the Chef Ferguson, if you're watching, Mark is a big proponent of the wrestling midgets.
Now, is he buddy pals with Short Sleeve?
That I do not know, but I know that he has been a very big supporter of the little guys in the wrestling business.
I could see that. You know, a couple of our very own Pacific Northwest sports entertainers work for Micro. Yes, Danica Della Rouge
Yeah.
and Miss Fallen Flower. They both work for
Yes.
Short Sleeve Sampson.
I've never got a chance to see Miss Fallen Flower, but I would love to see her wrestle in person.
Next Saturday in Everett, Washington for Timber Pro Wrestling, your next chance locally. Yes. Monday, I pretty much don't have anything at all. Tuesday, though, I got basically the same thing, nothing much happening.
What are you going to watch this week on Wednesday?
On Wednesday, I think I might watch some old episodes of Silver Spoons. You remember that
That's
one?
a good show.
With Erin Gray.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the main reason to watch that show. Yes. Yes. Now, do you remember the one where he cracked into the government's computer system with his home computer and changed the flight of the fighter jets, and then he went on the run while Gary Coleman's Arnold Jackson was there trying to report it for the local school newspaper?
I vaguely remember that. Yes, I remember that.
Are you going to watch that one?
Hopefully, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, he took off like a shot in the dark. He was going to run far away. Arnold Jackson hot on the trails to cover it for the local newspaper, because his local school newspaper covered all the hard-hitting issues of the day.
That's a scoop.
Yeah.
That would be a scoop,
That's a
especially
big
for a
scoop.
school newspaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big scoop.
Yeah, it was a massive crossover back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Arnold Jackson also cracked that case of high school athletes using steroids on his own show Different Strokes.
Right.
Yes. But Thursday, though, this week on Thursday, I don't have much planned at all, really. Not much.
Did we get extra sleep on those days?
Not, no, necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily. Now, next Friday on our show, we have coming to the program out of the great state of New Mexico, Jarvis Young. Are you familiar with Jarvis Young?
No, but he's coming out of. Do you have anybody coming out of Old Mexico?
Not yet, but we could be working on that.
Oh,
Exactly.
There you
Oh.
go.
Yes. Now, Jarvis Young, he wrestled for a brief time. He, at the time of his wrestling debut, was the oldest rookie at 50 years old.
Holy moly!
Yes. You've
That
got
would almost be like
30
me
years
walking into
before
a
you
ring.
could get to that point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would almost like me walking into a ring. Then I would actually be the oldest worker ever.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been people that surpassed him after that to try to steal the thunder, but Jarvis, to our knowledge, was the first at 50.
Wow.
Yeah, also a very talented, trained magician and handler of bunny rabbits. He raises bunny rabbits.
I've actually raised bunny rabbits earlier on in my life, so I feel his pain, especially when they bite your finger.
Yeah. Did you have Fleming Giants?
We had more of the. We didn't have any real Fleming Giants. We stayed more with the. I can't remember the name of them right now. So the white ones. But yeah, it was. It's not a fun thing to do. I had a long-term relationship in the past that went south, and the bunny rabbits were involved. So we don't want to. We don't want to go there.
It's a rough story.
It is.
It is. It is, especially when you have to take them to get themselves.
Oh no!
Oh,
Wow.
that was violent.
Yeah, it really was. Now I'm starting to fear for you. I guess we'll review before this gets any darker. Wow. Sunday we have
The Dwarfinator.
Yeah.
Mr. Nice Guy.
There you go.
Not to be confused with Hank Miller, the nice guy, ring announcer at
The
NGW.
nice man.
Nice man. He's a nice guy. He usually gets stuff wrong. But,
Not to be mixed up with the Dice Man.
No, you don't want to mix those two up
No.
because Dice Man would chop him so hard he'd feel it 16 days later like it just happened.
His great grandchildren might feel it.
They probably would. I don't know how great his grandchildren are. They might just be average, but they would definitely feel it.
Yeah.
I once saw a guy get chopped by Dice in the back. He left the ring, walked around thinking, I'm going to get the guy that just hit me in the back with a steel chair. He turned, saw Dice had nothing in his hands, questioned if he wanted to continue in the business or not for several seconds, decided he'd finished the match. The next day, it looked like someone had poured cement and laid a handprint on his back.
Did it come all the way through to the front?
Slightly. But Dice also chopped him in the front. So
Oh,
he
okay.
cut
Well,
it.
then
well,
that,
you know,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Matching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta make it match.
No, otherwise it's just gonna look awkward.
Yeah. Now, Monday I got pretty much nothing. Tuesday, not much. Wednesday,
Silver Spoons Day.
yeah. Are you going to watch some episodes?
Probably not. They frown on that watching TV at work. So.
Frown on it, but it's not totally prohibited. Gotcha.
If the boss doesn't show up, then
Then you.
the phone,
Yeah,
right.
some silver spoons there. On Thursday I got nothing. And then Fridays when we have,
Jarvis Young.
yes. But I guess unless you have anything else.
Well, I just like to shout out to Jim Valley, the king of recovery. Always good to see you and talk to you. Also, as you showed earlier, we're big proponents of Cauliflower Alley Club. So caulifloweralleyclub.org. Go in this year. I know they're having some guests. They haven't started really announcing too many right now. But it's a very good 501c3 organization. It helps out a lot of the boys in the business after they've retired. It's always good. Plus, Northwest Pro's coming up. If you're in the Seattle-Tacoma area, Bremerton, in these areas, we're going to be at the Key Peninsula Civic Center on May 22nd?
20th.
20th. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
20th.
sorry. May 20th. And don't show up on the 22nd. They'll probably be having kids skating
Yeah,
or something.
we won't be there.
Some people like to skate though.
Yeah,
That's true. I do. I like to skate.
Well, you
There'll
could
be
show
some-
up the 22nd.
Yeah, I
Why
could.
not?
Yeah.
There'll be some great matches. You want to come by and check those out too.
And
It's always-
also Lumberjacks Wrestling.
well,
Well, yeah.
that's the least of our worries right there. Is Lumberjack
Come regardless.
He doesn't wrestle. He lumbers.
He really does.
He really does.
You know who his cousin is?
No, I don't.
It's this guy that always falling asleep, slumbers at.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you know what? That
makes
a
sense
lot of,
then.
It makes sense because a lot of people fall asleep outside in the ringside seats when they have his match.
Yeah, and they watch Slumbersack. Yeah.
I occasionally do during his match if
When
I'm
you're
in
reffing,
there.
if you're
If you're
reffing,
reffing, you know, it can get pretty dull in there.
Yeah.
So.
I'm like, come on, submit, hurry up, come on,
I'm
come
getting
on,
sleepy.
I'm falling.
This is
and
sleeping.
yeah, sometimes I want to tap out.
Yeah.
Once I did.
Tap out, nap out, crap out.
Yeah. Well, I guess if that's it, then episode 580.